The swoosh finally went all in on the Caitlin Clark hype train. Honestly, it is wild that they actually pulled the trigger on this. After months of quiet whispers and endless rumors, the official moment has arrived. Man, that fresh Caitlin Clark signature branding just went live alongside a cinematic teaser. Yep, Nike just unveiled her personal insignia. The second it hit social media, the fans absolutely lost their minds. But as Caitlin toasts to the massive deal of a lifetime, someone else is fuming. You probably already guessed the target here. Angel, honey, we need a word. Let's talk about Angel Reese. Only recently, her Reebok partnership was marketed as a game-changer for women's hoops. Yet instead of shattering milestones, the actual performance has been pretty lackluster. Now, Caitlin's Nike reveal is steamrolling right over it like a runaway freight train. Drop a go Nike below if you think this power play flips the entire league on its head. In case you missed the memo, the brand debuted the Clark emblem in a high-octane reveal. Plus, the gear is already coming. Tees and hoodies land October 1st, followed by her signature kicks in 2026. Naturally, the social feeds have been buzzing non-stop since the news broke. People are essentially crowning this as a fresh chapter for Caitlin's legacy. While the swoosh polished Caitlin's image, Angel Reese's earlier Reebok push was sold as the ultimate breakthrough. Honestly, her collection flopped. Sales cratered, and the initial excitement just evaporated into thin air. Suddenly, everyone is looking back at Caitlin. So what sparked this massive train wreck for Angel? Lately, Reese has been trending for all the wrong reasons. That is why the frustration feels so real. Look at the gap. Caitlin is securing top-tier, elegant branding. Meanwhile, Angel is bogged down in minor squabbles. Take her petty beef with the legendary Candace Parker, the icon who delivered a trophy to Chicago and earned every bit of the Sky's praise. The last time Candace suited up for the Sky, she secured a title. The tiny crowd of 1,262 didn't matter. It was a night to honor her jersey retirement, pure celebration for number 3. To show love, commemorative shirts were everywhere. Every single athlete on the roster showed their admiration. You could spot warm-up gear featuring Candace's face and her holding that gold. The building was practically screaming gratitude. Check this out. Nearly every athlete on the floor was showing solidarity. Everyone repped the gear, from Cardoso and Van Lith to the person in the mascot suit. Well, everyone except a single individual, Angel Reese. Angel basically said no thanks. She had her jacket zipped so high she looked practically suffocated. Seriously, she was bundled up so tight it looked hard to take a breath. It felt like a deliberate move to deny Candace even a shred of respect or recognition. Why the cold shoulder? Well, Candace once labeled Angel as a mere C-tier athlete. That ranking really stung. Her inner circle convinced her that Candace was just being a hater. And boom, that was it. The bridge was burnt right then and there. Instead of dropping 25 points to prove her worth, Angel let her ego take the wheel. She went 3 for 10, missing bunnies right at the rim. Her vibe was pure salt, and the story became all about her attitude again. 3 for 10? That was the moment to go off for 8 or 9 buckets. This was the stage to humble Candace once and for all. Angel had the perfect chance to silence the skeptics. To prove she's a legitimate star rather than just a social media phenomenon, she tripped over her own pride. That's why the difference between them is so glaring. Just look at the Clark brand. While Angel was busy with zipper scandals and sideline drama, Caitlin was making waves for a completely different kind of excellence. Her CC merchandise arrives October 1st. Now, being totally transparent with you guys, the logo didn't grab me at first. It's just 2 C shapes nestled together. It's minimalist and sleek, yet somehow it feels a bit uninspired. Let's be real. After 2.5 years of pure anticipation, this is the grand reveal. Is it truly the pinnacle of graphic design? Not by a long shot, it's just fine. But then, the vibe shifted unexpectedly. The more the community stared at it, the more it crawled under their skin in the best way. Maybe Nike played us. Maybe they dodged the flashy gimmicks on purpose. They weren't hunting for complexity. They wanted something that haunts your memory and stays there. A mark destined for every tee, hoodie, and eventually the sneaker. Plus, let's talk about that massive Nike ad they just aired. A full-blown commercial broadcast live across the network. Because, as per usual, the entire world is focused on Caitlin Clark. It's a trail of breadcrumbs, billboards, hidden gems, and 8 specific months flickering across the screen for the internet sleuths to find. Deep inside that Nike footage lies a secret message that might actually reveal the launch date for her signature kicks. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but this screams a May 2026 debut. That lines up perfectly with the WNBA tip-off the moment the Caitlin Clark signature era truly begins. Just picture the scene. Only 3 years into her professional journey, and she's already stepping onto the hardwood in her own Nike silhouette. It's breathtaking. Honestly, we could tear this design apart for hours. To some, it looks like a pair of footballs colliding. To others, it's just a glorified Venn diagram. But Nike? Oh, they have a whole poetic narrative ready to go. The corporate story claims the inner curve represents her mastery of the paint, while the outer edge signifies her long-range lethality. Their official pitch says, Caitlin's logo pulls you in like her gravity on the court. It's all about those interlocking C shapes. Apparently, the mark symbolizes her limitless territory. Okay, cool story, guys. But let's be honest. When you think of Clark, you don't think of geometry. You think of her pulling up from the logo and burying shots from another zip code. That's where the soul of the brand is. That's her true fingerprint. Nevertheless, credit where it's due, this logo effectively builds her kingdom. It's something fans can wear as a badge of honor. It's a visual anchor that Nike will use to crown her the undisputed face of the league for years to come. And this is where it gets spicy for Angel Reese. While her Reebok debut kind of lost its spark, Caitlin's Nike rollout feels like the birth of a dynasty. People are already clamoring for the gear, with apparel set to hit shelves this October. Even if the aesthetics aren't everyone's cup of tea, the hype is undeniable. The demand is through the roof. In the end, that's the play. It doesn't need to be a masterpiece of modern art. It just needs to scream one thing. Caitlin Clark is the queen. Now, let's look at how it stacks up against the competition. The moment this dropped, the internet went into a roasting frenzy. Someone even claimed it looks like a logo for a mid-century airline. A 1950s airline vibe, I can see it. But how does it compare to the rest of the roster? Personally, Sabrina's and the league logos take the top spot. Then, I'm giving the silver medal to Angel Reese. Number 2 goes to Angel. Now, Breanna Stewart's logo is decent, but it's not taking home the trophy. I look at Stewart's mark, and honestly have no clue what I'm staring at. And Aja Wilson? Aja's logo looks like a promotional giveaway you'd find inside a soda cap, basically a fancy bottle opener. The fans ate it up, though. Then there's Sabrina Ionescu's mark that's pure S-tier excellence. It is the gold standard, sleek, aggressive, and instantly iconic. I'm a huge fan of what Sabrina's rocking. Angel's design isn't half bad either, it's actually quite well executed. You see the A immediately. You see the vision. You understand the message they're sending. It's not a guessing game. You see the A, you see the S, and here you clearly see the double C's. I'm into it. But the biggest win for Caitlin is simply that her brand finally exists. For way too long, Nike treated her like an afterthought. Her boyfriend, Connor McCaffrey, even went public to call them out for the blatant lack of respect. He hit the nail on the head. Fans have been starving for any kind of Caitlin Clark merchandise for ages. But crafting a signature identity in a top-tier shoe isn't an overnight process. The fact that the logo is live and a signature sneaker is locked in for 2026, that's the definition of a power move. A delayed breakthrough is still a win, even if it arrived late. The community immediately ignited into a massive, joyful frenzy. The chatter was loud, with folks claiming this crowning moment was long overdue for her. Caitlyn is literally redefining the landscape of the sport. This aesthetic is incredible, a total must-have. Yet, as social media melted down, the WNBA stayed mysteriously quiet. Does the league even grasp that they have Caitlyn Clark leading their charge? It seems they have forgotten. When your top-tier superstar is met with a cold shoulder, that lack of noise is deafening. While the Fever Squad was dropping heat, the head office completely ghosted the post. Seriously, what is your read on this situation? Is this a massive publicity fail, or is there a deeper conspiracy lurking in the shadows? Tell me your perspective below. For your daily dose of hoop drama and exclusive scoops, hit that like and subscribe to keep the party going. Catch you in the next one.